Have you ever felt invisible while standing in a crowd? Not ignored on purpose, not rejected openly, but slowly erased, as if your presence no longer matters. Today's story is not about losing someone. It is about losing yourself while everyone else keeps living. And if you've ever felt unseen, unheard, or forgotten, this story will stay with you long after it ends. There once lived a man named Elias. He was not poor, not broken, not strange. He had a job, a home, and a routine that repeated every day like clockwork. Every morning he woke up at the same time. He drank the same coffee. He walked the same streets. And every day he slowly disappeared without anyone noticing. Elias used to speak. He used to laugh. He used to have opinions, dreams, and a voice. But over time, he learned something painful. When he spoke, people interrupted. When he shared ideas, people ignored them. When he felt pain, people told him to be strong and moved on. So quietly, he stopped speaking. At first, it felt peaceful. No arguments, no rejection, no disappointment. But peace slowly turned into emptiness. Elias still went to work, but no one noticed when he arrived. Meetings happened around him, not with him. He could leave the room and nothing would change. One evening, Elias tested something. He stopped talking completely. No greetings, no replies, no reactions. And something terrifying happened. No one asked why. Days passed, then weeks, then months, and Elias realized the truth. The world does not stop for silent people. It simply moves around them. One night, while walking home, Elias noticed something strange. His reflection in a shop window looked faded, not blurry, not broken, just lighter, as if part of him was missing. He touched the glass, and for the first time, he felt fear. The next morning, something changed. People walked through him, not metaphorically, literally. A woman passed through his shoulder like mist. A child ran through his arm without noticing. Elias tried to scream. No sound came out. He had become invisible. At first, panic consumed him. He waved his arms. He stood in front of people. Nothing. The world had finally matched how he felt inside. Days passed in silence. Elias watched life from the outside. People laughed, argued, loved, hurt each other, and moved on. He realized something painful. No one notices your absence if they never noticed your presence. One night, Elias sat alone in an empty park. Rain fell through his hands, lights passed through his body, and in that stillness, a quiet voice appeared, not from outside, from within. You disappeared the moment you stopped believing you mattered. Elias understood. He didn't become invisible because the world rejected him. He became invisible because he erased himself first. Every time he stayed silent to avoid conflict, every time he accepted disrespect, every time he swallowed his truth to stay comfortable, piece by piece, he vanished. The voice spoke again. Invisibility is not a curse, it is a mirror. Elias stood up. For the first time in years, he felt something solid inside him. Not anger, not sadness, clarity. The next morning, Elias tried something different. He spoke, not loudly, not aggressively, but honestly. His voice shook, but it existed. And something incredible happened. His hands became visible. Each time he expressed a thought, each time he said no without guilt, each time he respected himself, his body returned. By the end of the day, Elias stood fully visible in the world again. People noticed him, not because he changed them, but because he finally chose himself. So let me ask you something. Where have you made yourself smaller to fit in? Where have you stayed silent to stay accepted? Where have you disappeared to keep the peace? Because the world does not erase you. You do, slowly, quietly, politely. And the moment you decide to be seen, the world has no choice but to look. If this story touched something inside you, take a moment to reflect. And remember this: you are not invisible. You were just waiting to choose yourself.